Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And look, we just had a fantastic little live stream with Andrea, who now lives in Panama, and with Kobus, who told us about how to get your money out of rands into other currencies before Moody's denigrate the rand to junk. And he explains why you should be doing that. But I got an email from David, and I need to just cover this because this is an area that I lived in. I actually grew up in the Natal Midlands of KwaZulu-Natal. And there was one particular lady who was very much my sweetheart when I was a young man. This is when I was in my early 20s. And her name was Delise, and her parents had a farm at Moy River, which used to be the most magnificent part, very, very expensive farmland, wonderful area. And like the rest of South Africa, it's just gone into a complete and utter basket case. Now, I haven't spoken to Delise for years and years and years now. I mean, it's just what happens. But I obviously feel very concerned because of the emotional contact I had with this lady way back then. And David writes this about that part of KwaZulu-Natal, which is horribly concerning for me. And he says a couple of details that I left out which are important, Scott. And he says, all tender documents being issued from Cedara now state, or did 8 months ago, if you are white, you do not need to apply. Actually written down in black and white, completely against the Constitution. Now, Cedara College, just for those who don't know, used to be the premier agricultural training institution in South Africa. It was in KwaZulu-Natal, in the Natal Midlands. Fantastic place. And he says Cedara College, in the same complex as the provincial HQ of the Department of Agriculture, and once looked upon as a highly sought-after institute for agricultural training, has denigrated into a cesspool of shockingly drunken, hedonistic behaved youth. Where so many once highly trained students went through its corridors, one now sees empty beer bottles lying around in absolute filth. And this is the side that concerns me because of my history when it comes to my time in South Africa. And he goes on to say, our security in the farm became being locked up in the house 24/7. Susan was not allowed to drive off on her own for fear of a breakdown, puncture, etc. Murders, rapes and torture were being carried out around us. Moy River, Nottingham Road, 3-year-old stamping grounds, Ikopo and the surrounds, very dangerous. 2 older folks like myself alone, we were too vulnerable and an easy target. And of course the old hardy annual Eskom. I actually never ever want to hear that word again. They were even instrumental in ripping out our meter box wires on completely fabricated demands of 120,000 rand. No electricity for 6 weeks as we managed to procure an advocate who got a Supreme Court ruling to reinstate the electricity. They are just a complete and utter joke of any business. Laughable, if it wasn't so serious. At least it gave me an insight into the workings of a Supreme Court. Never done that before. Finally, as Susan was to spend the evening looking after our 2 grandchildren here in Ireland a short while back, I remonstrated with her not to be late, until I suddenly realized where we were, gave her my best smile and said, please carry on. She returned at 12:45 a.m. in the morning. I had slept. Everyone was happy. A normal life being led once again. And, you know, this is what so many expat South Africans are saying, is that while they were there in South Africa, they didn't realize that they were suffering from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, which is just rampant across the white population. They're living in this world where they just completely, it must be absolutely frightening and shocking. I just feel so devastated by what this ANC government have done to the country. They are a complete and utter disgrace. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, stay safe.